It's Lucie Brusse with Tuesday Traffic Tips here in Hamilton, Ontario, commercial real estate advisor with Royal LePage Commercial. So it's a new decade, 2020. So that means 3,650 days ago, but I don't know if that sounds like a lot or a little, but things were very different in Hamilton, and it was during those days that something drastic has shifted in a city. So a decade, as we look back at a decade and what that means for a city and how drastically it can change values, its population, and of course the politics that happen within a city and how that impacts the values of commercial real estate. So in Hamilton, we ended a decade with the halt to a transit program, and we've started the decade with another transportation project being pulled from the city. So how will that impact? Well, 10 years from now, if I'm standing here, we'll find out what has changed. It's very interesting to look back at the decade and really see what has transitioned in the city. Everything from the way the buildings were used, the value of a per square foot retail space on many streets in Hamilton has gone up by more than $10 a square foot. If we look at our vacancy rate for housing, we've seen a vacancy rate drastically shift in the downward motion. All of those things, of course, mean the city must be moving in an upward direction. So while the city has seen many decades in many different financial positions, I would say I am very optimistic, just like many others are, about where Hamilton will go in the next 10 years. I'd love to hear what you think. Where do you think we're going in the next 10 years in Hamilton, Ontario? I'd love to see what the skyline looks like, what the streetscapes look like, and what our population looks like in 10 years to come. So until then, let's talk about what happens in Hamilton.